Food irradiation has been under consideration in the international scientific community for a century. Its spread has been related to the availability of irradiation facilities. Initially, radiation has been applied mainly for sterilization purposes, so at high doses, but during its use, it became clear that even at low doses, different benefits could be obtained. In particular, by giving different absorbed doses, it is possible to achieve different effects. An absorbed dose of less than 0.5 kg could delay sprouting and ripening in vegetables. Food and agricultural products may be irradiated for sanitary, phytosanitary or other purposes. Phytosanitary measures are related to the health of plants and aim at preventing the introduction or spread of regulated pests. An absorbed dose up to 1 kg could be used to control insect growth with the positive effect of reducing the use of pesticides, or even to prevent foodborne illness. In the range of 1 to 10 kg, radiation can be used to pasteurize food, eliminating a significant number of harmful microorganisms and to extend its shelf life by reducing spoilage and decomposition. For legislation purposes, doses are divided into low, medium and high. High doses above 10 kg are applied to achieve food sterilization so that treated food can be stored without refrigeration. However, high-dose applications are not always permitted. For example, in the US, the Food and Drug Administration and other regulators have forbidden its application to commercial food items, while they are approved for non-commercial applications, such as the sterilization of food for hospital patients with high risk of infection, or of frozen meat for astronauts. In the latter case, 40 kg are applied. Irradiation shows several practical advantages. In general, it is a versatile, highly effective, efficient process. It is easy to control. It has high penetrating ability, allowing the treatment of food in its final packaging. It does not require the use of chemicals or heat. In the case of food, this means that it can be treated without altering its organoleptic features and distributed immediately after. Food irradiation is performed in the same facilities used for the sterilization of medical devices, radiopharmaceutical, cosmetics, and other healthcare products. In order to prevent confusion between irradiated and not irradiated products, and thus reinfestation of treated products, it is important to ensure there is a segregation zone in the plant. This is obtained by adopting different plant layout, different storage levels, or the use of fences. Concerning safety issues of food irradiation, many studies have been reported in the literature since the 1960s. The first relevant report stating the absence of both toxicological hazards and microbiological and nutritional problems in food treated up to 10 kg was published in 1981. The main points in the spotlight for critics have been the difficult identification of radiolytic degradation products at low concentration and their potential toxicity, although many of such degradation products are also present in food treated by heat or other processes. As an example, cyclobutanones were identified as unique radiolytic products generated in irradiated fat-containing food. They were assessed not to be toxic by food safety authorities, and they have been used as irradiation marker for such class of food. Indeed, more detailed and recent studies have highlighted that cyclobutanones are naturally present in healthy cashew nuts and nutmeg. The safety of irradiated food has been evaluated for more than 30 years, and such kind of treatment has been found safe. Food irradiation is well regulated in several countries. In the USA by the Food and Drug Administration along with World Health Organization, and in Europe by the European Commission and its directives. Since 1995, the adoption of quality assurance procedures, setting out the requirements of a quality management system, imposed significant changes in the radiation processing industry. An international standard for food irradiation was developed and published in 2011 for the first time. It built on international standard for food irradiation, safety standard by IAEA, and the code of practice for the radiation processing of food developed by Codex Alimentarius Commission, the body responsible for standards related to human health. The international standard deals with human health, plant protection, labeling, dose delivery, quality assurance, and facility management. In particular, a general standard for irradiated food developed by Codex was adopted worldwide in 1983 and revised in 2003. The standard defines the radiation sources that may be used, elaborates general practices for hygiene, process control, and technological requirements. Most national regulations are based on the Codex General Standard. The Codex General Standard requires such food to be labeled, but this requirement has been differently interpreted by countries. Some countries, such as European Union, Australia and New Zealand, require all whole foods to be labeled, with text explaining that food has been irradiated. The Radura logo has been introduced to identify such products. However, in each country, the labeling can differ in text or logo. For example, in the European Union, labeling text but not Radura logo is specified. In Australia and New Zealand, labeling text is suggested but not mandatory, and the logo is optional. In USA food, a label bearing the logo and the phrase "treated with radiation" is required. Over 60 countries have approved the use of irradiation for at least one food or food class. The only category of irradiated foodstuff which may circulate freely within the European Union is that of dried aromatic herbs, spices and vegetable seasonings, which remains the single largest application of irradiation. However, in recent years, the market for irradiated fresh and processed meat has become firmly established in several countries, including China and the USA. Most irradiated food is consumed in the country of treatment. The only irradiated food that is traded internationally are fruits treated for quarantine purposes.